Right, I'm going to teach you guys a little life lesson that you probably don't already know. Everybody's wondering when to start, where to start, what they need to do in life to get ahead. Everyone's got it the wrong way round. Everybody's got it backwards. Everyone thinks that you need to become successful and then you do. You need to get results and then you do. You need a video that's... People say, I want to post content, but I don't have any subscribers. Well, I don't get that. I want to post content, but I don't have any content to post. And it's like, well, yeah, because you've never posted content. Like, everyone's got it the wrong way around. Everyone thinks that you have and then you do. That's just rich kids. That's not us, okay? We didn't grow up like that. My mum had 5 jobs. Yours was probably the same. Boo-hoo, it is what it is. It's the majority of the world. And we're actually very well off compared to most of the world. So think yourself lucky. If you're watching this video and you have Wi-Fi and you're able to do it on a phone or a computer or a laptop, you're lucky. You're in the top 1% already, so don't worry about it. Get over yourself. But, you know, when you look at a situation like that and you think, yeah, it's only really rich kids that can have before they do, the rest of us, and this is how life works, is you get feedback and then you learn. It's the only way. It's the only way to accomplish anything, to do anything. You approach 100 women, you start figuring out how to control your heart rate, and then suddenly you get a little bit better at it. And you got to go through the shit to begin with. You do 100 cold calls, you get laughed at, everyone in the office is laughing. You get a voice break on call 8 and everyone's laughing at you and the person on the other end of the phone's laughing, you feel embarrassed, and a year down the line, you're Jordan Belfort. You know, that's how it happens. You get good at things that you do more often. Not many people are naturally good at anything that wasn't on the planet 10,000 years ago. So, like, some people are naturally fast at running, some people are naturally strong. That's just genetics, there's not a lot you can do. That's why I don't really value sports or singers. So when somebody says, oh, we're going to ask Cristiano Ronaldo on his secrets to success, be a fucking super freak athlete and be blessed. Like, it's just as simple as that. It's like, yeah, he worked hard, but he probably would have been the best player regardless. He was just that good. You know, oh, Bruno Mars, how do I become an elite level singer at the top? Oh, well, you just train hard. You know, you stay on top of your fitness, you eat clean, stay away from alcohol. Oh, and also you get born with God-given talent. And it's like, it is what it is. Some people get gifts, some people don't. Get over that as well. Move on. It doesn't matter. So, you know, I look at things that are kind of non-physical. And it's like, if you want to be good with computers, if you want to be good at coding, if you want to be good with AI, it's like, we didn't have this. We didn't have this before. So it's like everyone's starting fresh. Everyone's starting pretty much from the same point in terms of learning. Nobody's ancestors knew how to code. So it's like with these new modern skills, you just put the work in and then you get good. Everyone thinks you've got to start good, you've got to start at a high level. It's complete nonsense. I don't know where this notion has ever come from. And people don't know how to get ahead. And I'll give you a great example, and this is what this whole video is about. You don't learn to dodge in order to avoid getting punched in the face. Nobody goes into boxing and thinks to themselves, do you know what? Let me just learn defense and dodge, and then I'm gonna... Do you know what happens to every single person? Everybody gets in there with an ego and goes, trust me, when I get angry, and they have this impression of like, I'm going to go in there, I'm probably going to knock out like 9 people. The coach is going to be like, new Mayweather, you're going to the top. Within like 1 round, they're like, doof, 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 doof. The nose is splattered everywhere, they're getting beaten up, they're defending like this, like they're hiding away, turning their back. And they're like, what the fuck was that? They're getting caught with punches around the side from behind because they're turning. And they're like, ref, ref, ref. And then somebody has to kind of stop it. And they're just like in shell shock. They're like, what the hell happened? Then they learn to dodge. There's a difference. Okay, nobody goes, I'm going to learn to box. Let me just become really good at defense. And everyone thinks attack, attack, attack. You get smacked on the nose. You hear that noise like beep in your ears and you go, whoa, my legs just disappeared underneath me. I better learn to move my head. And your body almost does it as a defense mechanism to getting hit. Your body starts going like, I better keep my eyes open. I better, like, when I dodge, when I move, I better like move like this. It probably looks really weird on camera, especially if you take the audio off. But like, if you were dodging and like your eyes are still on the prize, that's what happens naturally. Your body just learns to do it because it realizes, fuck, that hurt. And if I don't keep focused, I'm going to get another one and another one and another one. It's like when your dad was like, stop being naughty. If you're naughty, I'm going to slap you. And you were like, yeah, whatever. And your dad would just be like, on the back of your leg. And then what do? You didn't do it again. You had to do it to then learn, to then go, okay, fuck, lesson learned, not going to do it. And that's life. Nobody goes into life with all the answers and then goes, okay, I'm going to start from the top. It's like everyone goes in with as small knowledge as everyone else. We're just babies raising babies. And then over time, you just learn, you get better. Life is a skill. I've spoken to you guys about this before and I cannot reiterate it more. Life is a skill. And that's why it takes a long time. It's the aggregation of male age. As you get older, you get better at things. As you work on things more, you get better at them. You do them less, you get worse over time. Yeah, you lock in skills, but you have to be on top of things all the time. If you want to get in shape, you go to the gym, you clean up your diet, you work on things, then you get better. And then people ask you for gym tips one day and you go, huh, that's a nice moment. I guess I'm good at this now. You know, you fail at 4 businesses and then the 5th one works because you failed at 4 businesses. You know, you didn't fail at 4 businesses because you were rubbish at business. You failed at 4 businesses so that you could succeed in the 5th. Everyone forgets that. It's like they were just practice for what was coming next. Everyone gets so disheartened at like, I failed, I got rejected, I got whatever. And it's like, yeah, but it's character building. It's those dark times that make you who you are. It's going through the struggle that makes you who you are. No man wants to be born with a kingdom at his feet. I promise you, honestly, every rich kid I've ever known has issues. I think I've met 2 very good ones and everyone else was just fucked mentally. Everyone else was either on drugs, going out getting drunk every night of the week, didn't really know what to do with their life. But there's like 2 that I've met in my life that somebody's actually done a good job on raising. Everyone else is just messed in the head. You don't want to be born into the kingdom. If you're born into the kingdom and you've done nothing for it, you just have a different way of looking at the world and you just have a certain laziness, entitlement and arrogance. And you don't want to be that, guys. You don't want to be that. You want to be the guy who goes through the shit to become who he's trying to be. And I want you guys to recognize that moving forward in the future. You're not going into things at the start to learn how to avoid mistakes. You're going in hoping that you make mistakes, hoping that you get punched in the face, so that then you go, okay, I better learn to dodge. Because that's how it works. It's the wrong way round. Everyone thinks you learn and then you go and do. I need to go and get, like, school teaches us this. You go and get a qualification and then you go and do the job off the back of it. And I think that's true when you've got like doctors and stuff like that. But the best experience you can get is real life work experience. I guarantee you, if you like went to school to train to be a builder and stuff like that, and you know, you go to college and they show you how to bricklay and they show you how to mix up concrete and they give you a 3 or 4 in 1 mix and stuff like that, you'd learn all that in a day. If you went on site for the day and you just like were getting shouted at by some fucking mean big blokes, they'd just be like, the fuck are you doing? You've messed it up, do it again. By the end of the day, you'd be somewhat of an expert because you'd be like, well, I'm not making that mistake again. They just fucking bullied me all day. And by the end of the week, end of the month, you'd be an absolute beast. That's how you learn. You just get out there, you make the mistakes, you take all the shit because of your body and brain's natural response to either not fitting in, not being good at things, failure and whatnot. It burns. It's like, apparently they've said in science, and I don't know how true this is, but like when we lose a child, like let's say it used to get eaten by a crocodile by the river, the pain of losing that child hurts so much so that you never let it happen again. They said that's what the body's actually doing. I think it's deeper than that and whatnot, because I've seen people lose children, but that's apparently what it is, to make sure it never happens again. Science has said that. So I would say that's happening in life a lot. Like when you lose a good woman, when you get rejected, when you lose in business and you lose all your money and you have to start again, you go into debt. The pain that you get from that, it's not, I'm a loser, I feel terrible. It's making sure that you don't go through it again. And it either goes one or 2 ways and it's up to you. I don't want to go through that again so you never do it again. Or I don't want to go through that again so I'll make sure it never happens again. There's 2 completely different outcomes or 2 completely different systems. I want to avoid it forever. I want to avoid that same situation happening again. That's completely different. One is shying away and being scared, and the other one is making sure that you put certain things in place so it doesn't happen again. You lost all your money? Okay, next time be smart. Stop buying the expensive shit before you've even got the money. Your money isn't your money until it's your money. I told you guys that for a long time. There's about a 1-year delay on what's actually your money. Everyone spends it when it comes in. There's little things like that. And the pain of losing all of that and having to start again and going back to a 9-to-5 job, or, you know, losing your house or having to sell your nice car, or your marriage breaking up and you can't see your kids. The pain of that will make you who you are. Everyone's got it the wrong way round. And like I said, and I'll end with this, you don't learn to dodge, to go and fight. You go and fight, you get punched in the face, it fucking hurts. And because you don't like it, you learn to dodge.